is busy. He has an appointment tonight.
You probably should have gone with
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Brighton Area Schools Board of Education meeting. Ms. Ackermite, will you give us a roll call, please?
Mrs. Urbane? Present. Mr. Storm?
Present.
Mrs. Tierney?
here.
Mr. Stahl?
Here.
Dr. Krebs?
Here.
Mrs. Marks?
Here.
Mr. Myers?
Here. All right, well, thank you all for being here this evening. We have some very special guests here this evening from Maltby. We're very excited to have all of you here, and we're eagerly anticipating a tremendous performance by all of you. But before we do that, the first thing we're going to do is a Pledge of Allegiance, and I understand that some or many of you are going to help us lead us into the Pledge of Allegiance. So Mr. Ayton or whoever would like to lead the group up here that's going to lead us, or stay where you are, either way. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, that takes us to the approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Support.
Moved by Mr. Stahl, supported by Dr. Krebs. Any discussion?
I'd like to make an amendment to the agenda to remove, let's see, where are we? Item E, state school aid, section 31, AA funding, and remove that from the agenda tonight.
All right, we have a motion by Ms. Marks, supported by Mr. Storm. Any discussion? All those in favor of the approval of the amended motion eliminating item E from the for action, signify by aye. Aye. Any nays? That passes 7-0. All right, that moves us to the superintendent report. Dr. Outlaw.
All right, I'm very excited to have our guest here this evening. Last year, we began doing school showcase. It was a great idea by President Myers last year. We had our elementary students in, and it was just a great chance for different groups around the district to show off some of the talent, some of the amazing talent that we have across the district. And tonight, we're here to highlight 3 different groups from Maltby, and I believe that we're going to begin with our orchestra group. Mr. Ayton, did you want to say anything?
No, we're just really excited to showcase this for you. These are all 6th graders, just so you know, so you kind of have an idea. They've worked at their craft at Maltby in this music. For now, this is the beginning of their 2nd year. All right, Mr. Fendes.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, families, for being here. As Mr. Aaron said, these are 6th grade orchestra students. In the interest of keeping things moving along, we are going to play a short song that we learned last year. It's something that we can play for you from memory tonight. This is Rocky Mountain. You ready? And 1, 2, ready, and...
for you. I got you.
Thank you, parents, for getting your kids here. It's good to see a nice audience. As Mr. Jason said, this is a sixth grade group. However, these children do not normally play together because they're from each of the 5 hours of sixth grade games. So they're going to perform for you a selection that is very popular that they learned last year, and I think the great band learns this one. It involves hitting pots and pans, and which we're still trying to figure out. It's entitled Mechanical Monsters.
Hi, this is my sixth grade bench hour. We're going to perform for you the opening number of Super Junior, which they are doing in January. So I have 5 classes, and they're all going to do their own show at Malby. And this is the cap fifth hour. They're not all here, but the ones who have solos, and you guys are going to sing also. So we enjoy opening.
I
All right, well, thank you, board, for letting us show off for you tonight. Super great. We obviously have wonderful kids, wonderful professionals working with them, so thank you very much.
Well, and I just want to, first, I want to say to all of you, thank you for being here this evening and sharing your extraordinary gifts. The performances were all absolutely wonderful. It shows how much hard work and passion you have all put in to your musical talents, and we really appreciate you being here this evening. Thank you to parents and everyone for being here to share in this wonderful moment, and we really appreciate you being here. It really is great to have everyone be here to show what amazing accomplishments all of you are achieving. So have a wonderful night, and thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I know, yeah. Everybody.
No
Yeah.
problem, absolutely.
Of course. Ooh. How do you just press like that?
That pops up. I think you're just the left. Yeah. That's fine.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I think, as we saw tonight, I think the future is bright in the performing arts program, so great job by everyone. Our next item here, I'm super excited to have our student leadership students come forward and kind of give us an update on what's going on here at Brighton High School. So take it away. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having us. I hope you're having a great evening. We're just here to talk about some things that's been going on at the high school as of the beginning of this year. So my name is Ella Person. A little bit about me. I've been a part of leadership for the past 2 years. I'm also president of student council, and I participate in National Honor Society. I'm also part of several clubs, and I volunteer for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
Hello, everyone. My name is Reese Meyer, and I have also been a 2-year member of our school's leadership class. I am the current exec board president, and I'm on the varsity soccer team along with playing club soccer, and I'm also part of NHS and various clubs at our high school. So to kick off our school year, we had a great council bonding thing through our pickleball tournament. We haven't done this in a couple years, but this year we're really pushing for all the councils to be one cohesive unit rather than a bunch of separate entities. And this was our great way to just get everybody intermingled, have us just have some fun outside playing pickleball, and it went super smoothly, and it was a great way to kick off our school year.
Yeah, and going along with that, something to start off the year, Senior Council did Senior Sunrise. It's a pretty big tradition within the senior class, and everybody gets to gather around the football field and watch the sunrise, and it's a lot of fun. This year it actually went really smoothly, and we had a really great turnout, so that was super exciting, and we hope that Senior Sunset turns out just as well. And then a pretty popular event that we also have in the beginning of the year is Pink Week. This is hosted by leadership, and this year our goal was to raise $90,000, which is $5,000 more than we raised last year. And thanks to all of the businesses that participated, the whole community that got together to gather around this really great cause, we were able to have a really smooth running Pink Week. I actually think it's one of the best Pink Weeks that we've had in a while. Everything went super well. It was really organized. Yeah, these are a few events that we ran. And actually, we don't have an expected exact total right now, but we are expected to have raised over $100,000, which is actually the top number that we've ever had, and the first time that we've been able to have 6 figures, which is amazing to be able to give it to such a great cause like the Trinity Cancer Center. So we're really excited about that.
With a very quick turnaround, we got right into our homecoming assembly. It was a great way to kind of put an end to our homecoming week after having spirit days and various other things. Homecoming assembly went super smoothly. We always love those. They're a great way to get the school together. And we love not just showcasing the leadership class, but also getting our other students involved through the different games we run, homecoming court, and all the various activities through it.
Going off of that, float building is another tradition that's super, super fun and exciting. And it's pretty much the entire homecoming week, and all of the councils split up and make floats to showcase in the parade, which is always super fun and a great way for the councils to bond. This year, the theme of homecoming was GlowCo, so we had to make glow-related floats, and here are some of the ideas. Everyone was super creative with what they did, and today, or this year, the freshmen actually won float building, which is something that, like, I don't know, in all 4 years, like, I haven't heard of the freshmen winning. And although the seniors were very bitter about it, we were very excited that the freshmen were able to win, and they did a really great job. And also this year, that was new, exec board decided to have like QR codes on the truck beds so that anybody participating in the parade could actually vote, which I think was a great idea to get more of like a community like idea and involvement. And yeah, the freshmen won, which was sad, but it's fine. They deserved it, and they're great, so it's fine.
Out of curiosity, did people use the QR code?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of voting. It was great.
It was awesome. Yeah.
So finally, at the very end of our long week, we had our homecoming dance. This was also set up by our exec board team, and it went super smoothly. We were a little nervous about the theme going into it, but to be honest, it turned out great. Our designer did amazing. We've gone through them for many years, and we had a new DJ this year, which we were also nervous about, but he ended up doing a great job, and it seemed like a very much overall success. Next up, so a little update on NHS. So this year, we're really trying to have our different committees make the most amount of impact possible. Last year, we were around 9 to 10 different committees, and this year we've shortened it to 5, but really trying to make a lot happen within those. So our committees for this year are the Senior Survivor Committee, Food Drive Committee, Tutoring, Culture and Caring, and our Community Outreach Committee. And already we've had a lot going on. I know our Community Outreach group worked with the veterans to get them a really good showing at one of our football games, which was great. Our food drive is currently running right now and is running through November 21st. I know teachers that I currently have and teachers throughout the district have been trying to really get that going, raise money, and all of that money and the different food goes to our Gleaner Center, which is super great and is a huge cause, very helpful right now. Tutoring is, again, a newer committee for us, but it's becoming even more and more now at our second year, and it's been going great. A lot more students are coming in this year. I've already heard from Mrs. Daig, which is great and very exciting. And it's a great way for the underclassmen to really keep their grades up and stay organized, and yeah.
So lastly, right now the leadership class has been working on putting together Operation Christmas Wishes. And our goal for that is $20,000, and it's all going to schools in Ypsilanti. And we have some committees and some events that we're throwing together. We're really excited. We have some new ideas. Something I think you guys should take note of is the babysitting event. We did this 2 years ago, and it was a huge success. It raised a ton of money. This year it's going to be November 22nd from 1 to 4 p.m. So the sign up should be coming out soon, and basically you just go and drop your kids off, and the leadership class gets to take care of them for the day, which is really fun and exciting. We have a lot of activities planned to do with the kids. But it's not only a great opportunity to donate to such a good cause, but also you can just have a break from your kids. You can, you can go Christmas shopping, you can relax at home, whatever. So yeah, that's really exciting, and we hope to have a really successful Operation Christmas Wishes. It's such a memorable time for us all in the leadership class, and we hope to have one that was as great as last year. So
Thank you, guys.
that's it.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Ella and Reese. We appreciate you being here and giving us an update.
Of
and look forward to
course.
being at future meetings.
Yes,
Yes, of
absolutely.
course.
Thank you.
That's it. Our third one, I think, is going to be another meeting. So I think we're good. Superintendent report is completed.
Okay. All right, that moves us to the call to the public. If there is anyone here this evening that would like to address the board, this is your opportunity to do so. Our protocol is to fill out a card at the rear of the room, place it in the box to the left of Dr. Mosier. When I call your name, you will have 3 minutes to address the board. Dr. Krebs will be keeping track of the time. When there's 30 seconds left, she will display a yellow card, and when your time is up, she will display the red card. And it looks like we have one card this evening so far. Sid Atkin.
Hey, everybody. This is Sid Atkin, Choir Booster President and proud Brighton parent. This past weekend, our Fall Play Puffs opened at Brighton High School. It sold out all 5 performances in more than a week in advance, something we've never seen before. Typically, our biggest sales happen during the week of the show, but this time the demand was overwhelming. In fact, many high school students couldn't even get tickets. They don't exactly plan in advance. So. Because of the limited BCPA availability, we had to fit all 5 performances into one weekend. By the end of the week, our cast, crew, and parent volunteers were exhausted, and still people were asking if there was any way to see the show. The enthusiasm was there, the community support was there, but our facilities simply couldn't keep up. We performed Puffs in what we call a black box setup, but it was far from a true black box theater. We were limited to about 140 seats. And by seats, that would be a little bit too generous. They were 140 hard, uncomfortable chairs zip tied together into rows. It was hot, crowded, and tight. Those who were in attendance got to experience something special, a glimpse into our vision for what the future could be. They saw how intimate, flexible, and alive a smaller performance space can feel. They saw how powerful it is to have an audience right there, close to the story. Now imagine that experience in a dedicated black box theater, a professional, flexible space with seating up to 300 people, designed for sound, lighting, and comfort. A space that complements the BCPA, expands opportunity for those in theater, choir, and orchestra, and opens up the BCPA calendar for larger productions and district events. That's the future we see, one that reflects both the creativity of our students and the support of the community. And I have to say, the performances tonight by the Maltby music students was a perfect reminder of why this work matters. They were talented, joyful, and fearless, a glimpse into the future of Brighton's performers. The future of music and performing arts in Brighton is bright, but those students need the facilities that will allow them to grow into that potential. The demand is there, the talent is there. The only thing missing is the space to match it. Let's make the Black Box Theater part of Brighton's next chapter, because our students have already shown what's possible, and it's time for our facilities to catch up. Thanks.
Thank you. Julianne Deich, did I say that correctly? Deich. Apologies.
D and then hello, I am the Band Booster President and parent of now a senior in band and musical and theater. And I'm here to kind of echo and just show support for what Sid said. I will say that I was on the end of a row, and the person sitting next to me took up part of my seat. And tomorrow I have a chiropractor appointment because I actually, pinched a nerve. So the seating was less than desirable. The performance was amazing. And these students do deserve a dedicated space and an opportunity to have performances 2 different weekends so that they're not cramming. They were there from at least 10 a.m. until after 10 p.m., Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that's a lot because they also still have classes. I mean, it was the beginning of quarter 2, and there's work to be done. The other thing, I also loved being here and getting to hear these Maltby kids with their music in all different ways. And it's a good reminder, too, that our band, orchestra, and choir are insufficiently staffed. We ask a lot of the full-time faculty that are split between multiple schools, and they're really packing in extra bodies, especially in the choir room, and there still is not dedicated orchestra space, classrooms in either Scranton or the high school. So I just want to keep that in the top of mind so that we keep supporting these kids all through and possibly beyond high school. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that concludes the call to the public portion of our agenda and moves us to our for action portion. Item A, regular meeting minutes of October 13, 2025. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes as presented? Moved by Mr. Stahl, or by Mr. Storm, supported by Mr. Stahl. Any discussion?
You know, just one thing, I don't think the closed session moved by Urbane, supported by Stahl, I don't think I had it in there. The minutes, on page 4. Oh, yes, I'm saying now moved by and supported by, yeah.
Okay, so that will be add, with that correction. Okay, motion to amend with adding that correction by Mr. Storm, support by Mr. Stahl. All right, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any nays? That passes 7-0. That moves us to item B, the special meeting minutes of October 20, 2025. Do we have a motion to approve those minutes as presented? Moved by Mr. Stahl, support by Dr. Krebs. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any nays? That passes 7-0. Item C, School of Choice for second semester, January 2026. Dr. Outlaw.
So we discussed this for future action at the last meeting. This is a limited school of choice. We're available in the district for mid-year, similar to what we've done the past several years. Does the board have any questions, any further questions for me this evening?
Okay, do we have a motion to adopt a second semester School of Choice program as presented? Moved by Ms. Urbane, supported by Mr. Storm. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any nays? That passes 7-0. Item D, summer tax resolution. Mr. Jones.
Yes, so we are asking, as we do at this time each year, that the board pass a resolution that we ask our 5 taxing bodies to collect our operating millage in the summer tax assessment instead of in the winter tax assessment to aid the district with our cash flow.
All right. Do we have a motion to approve the annual summer tax resolution as presented? Moved by Ms. Tierney, supported by Ms. Urbane. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any nays? That passes 7-0. Moves us to item F in the agenda, closed session negotiations.
I move to enter into closed session for the purpose of discussing negotiation strategies connected with BDA, LASPA, and DACA, bargaining units, and as much as the administration has requested a closed session.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. Stahl,
Support.
support by Ms. Marks. Any discussion? All right, Ms. Ackermite, roll call, please.
Mr. Storm? Yes. Mrs. Urbane? Yes. Mrs. Tierney? Yes. Mr. Stahl?
Yes.
Dr. Krebs? Yes. Mrs. Marks?
Yes.
Mr. Meyer?
Yes. All right, that passes 7-0. We are going to go into closed session. We will recess in a different room for a brief period of time. We will resume our meeting after the completion of that closed session to complete the remainder of our agenda. So we are in recess and closed session.
If you could bring this document summaries with you.
All right.
And then for folks that are in the audience, just letting you know that the video is continuing, and it can, everything that you're saying, we'll still get the camera, so just letting you know.
Appreciate it.
No problem, heads up.
All right. We are now back in open session, and we are now moving to item G on the agenda, BEA contract.
I move that the board approve the BEA contract presented at place.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. Stahl, support by Ms. Urbane. Any discussion? Ms. Urbane.
I just want to say thank you to the administration and the union. I thought negotiations went really smoothly from at least our standpoint this year, and we appreciate all the work that you guys put in, and Jacob as well. So, thank you.
Yeah, and I would echo that, and I would, again, commend everyone that was involved in these negotiations. It was clear that it handled very professionally on both sides, particularly given the challenges presented by the state not passing a budget, the delays that resulted from that, the good faith that everyone exhibited, understanding that we were going to get through this and we were going to, overcome the delays, and we very much appreciate all of the hard work and commitment to, reaching a contract that both sides have come up with. So I just want to echo that as well. All right, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any nays? That passes 7-0. All right, that moves us to item H, which is the BAS contract.
I move that the board approve the BAS contract as presented at place.
I have a motion by Mr. Stahl, support by Ms. Urbane. Any discussion? All right. Again, similarly, I want to, congratulate and commend the negotiating teams for all of their work in moving forward and bringing this contract to us for approval. All those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any nays? That passes 7-0. All right, that moves us to item I, Hawkins Crosswalk. Dr. Outlaw.
So this evening, I am we're presenting something. I appreciate you moving it up to action this evening. We've been working with the Road Commission on some solutions to improve safety, student safety, walking safety in particular, around Hawkins Elementary School. The Road Commission has come up with a plan for improved crosswalks in that area, particularly on Lee Road. In the packet, you can see the drawings. It would be a split cost of $18,000 from the Road Commission and $18,000 from the school district. We are asking tonight for board support. I think this is a really positive step forward for walking safety for our students at Hawkins Elementary School. So thank you for your consideration.
All right, do we have a motion to approve the cost-sharing agreement for Hawkins Elementary crosswalks as presented?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Stahl, support by Mr. Storm. Any discussion?
I have a question.
Sure.
And more than anything, I would just like to add this to the record. I am grateful that we as a district are addressing the safety concerns that exist at Hawkins. I've also, on multiple occasions, brought up the safety concerns that I personally have with the drive that exists behind Scranton Middle School, and the children that are often walking from activities along the road that's considered a service drive there behind the school, and the lack of a gate to secure that road to prevent drivers from driving up to where the gate is by the bleachers and the handicap parking spaces. And so I would ask that the district move with the same sense of urgency to address and fix that issue. We did discuss it at our facilities meeting here in the last couple weeks. But it is as significant and as much of a risk to students as the Hawkins intersection. So my ask of the administration is that you move with the same sense of urgency to address the Scranton issue as we have with Hawkins before someone gets hurt there.
I just
Sir
have
Bain?
a question. Since we are putting some crosswalks in at Lee Road, was there any contemplation of the crosswalk from Scranton across Lee Road?
Yes, there is discussion of that as well. This is Hawkins specific, but the road commission was also looking at the crossover to the Pepper Grove sub. So this is not the end of the road. The road commission, Green Oak in particular, I do want to compliment them. The supervisor, Mark St. Charles, he has been very aggressive in this. The Green Oak Police Department has been working on this, but the Scranton crosswalk is also something in discussion. But tonight is Hawkins.
Well, and to be clear, this is just for the signs and flashing beacons.
Correct.
This is not addressing crossing walks, per se.
Correct.
Right.
It just seems strange to do some on Lee Road and not do all of Lee Road, but.
This is what, the road commission came back on this and said they were ready to move, and we said, let's go, let's move. So let's take the step, but this isn't the end of the road.
I agree. I mean, I think, so the road commission shared that sentiment, but I guess, did we as a district respond to the road commission by saying, could we also include these other improvements that would help the students, the district, the community? Did we ask to make those changes that
Yes.
have been brought up?
Yes, there was a meeting that included all the people I just mentioned, as well as the city police, and there's multi-phases of this. There's actually a discussion around sidewalks, all the way down Lee Road. There's a much larger piece, but there's more discussion that needs to take place. The Pepper Grove crosswalk in particular needed more study. So this one's ready now, but there's all kinds of things that are in motion along that way. This one was an easier one to do, but I know that they're doing some larger studies, and they are looking at extending sidewalks as well as crosswalks.
Mr. Storm, as you're aware of it, at our meeting, we have discussed also at the Scranton, there's, like you mentioned, the gate, there are a lot of things that we're going to be doing at Scranton, quite possibly with a bond that would alleviate an awful lot more of that inside the building, not so much around the perimeter. So I think we've got it covered at both ends.
Yeah, I guess, so Ken, I think at the meeting, one of the things that I advocated for, and will again advocate tonight, is that a gate get installed. Like, let's not hold up making simple, quick, timely improvements to enhance the safety to the best of our ability in the absence of a more long-term permanent fix, such as redesigning that whole drive, installing a much larger quantity of parking spaces for people to be able to park up, near the playing fields. I do feel strongly that we could get a gate installed within days, and I think Scott mentioned the same. So all I am suggesting is that there are interim quick solutions to limit people from driving up that service drive with little children walking on the road. Every single day I'm there, when I see that, it terrifies me. It's a huge, huge safety risk to the district and to the people and children who walk on that road.
I just want to say, I am hopeful that the road commission, and I mean, we can call them, I could call them myself, but I'm hopeful they're not waiting for sidewalks, because that's a huge issue. And the flashing red light, they're the flashing lights for that crosswalk, because that is probably more dangerous than Hawkins, because at least there's a light there at Hawkins. It's dark, and there's very little lighting at Scranton, and I think that's more of a danger, and I would hate for us to wait until there's an incident like there was at Hawkins.
Yeah, I will follow back up with them. I can tell you that they were responding with urgency as well. And I think that was very clear that we wanted to be supportive of the most urgent responses possible on that. And then as far as Scranton, we'll get back to the board shortly. I know that Mr. Jacobs was looking into that. I think we would also recommend quick response. And I think that we came up, or the board came up with some quick solutions around with the gate at Scranton that I think is a good solution. So I think we're going to be looking at doing that quickly.
Maybe one just last comment related to this. Would it be possible for us to be briefed? And I'm not asking that someone from the road commission come into a meeting, but would it be possible for us to get a memo or a brief from the road commission that could be sent to the school board, where the school board's formally requesting through administration that they provide us a one-page brief or update on how this will be handled? The specific issue that was brought up related to Scranton and Lee Road.
Sure.
And Hawkins in particular.
Sure, I can request that.
That would be appreciated. Thank you.
All right, the motion on the table is for the approval of the cost-sharing agreement for Hawkins Elementary crosswalks as presented. All those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Any nays? That passes 7-0. All right, that moves us to, concludes the for action portion of our agenda, moves us to for future action. Item A, Miller renovation.
At this one,
Mr. Jones.
We'll be bringing at the December board meeting our recommendation for our contractor to perform the services of renovations of the open space where the senior center moved out of the Miller building. So we have that all set up. The RFP is out. So and our timeline has enough time for us to, you have to do your 2 weeks and all that required timeline, and then do the bid opening and have time to interview contractors. So we'll have a recommendation at the next board meeting.
Okay, great. Any questions? All right, that moves us to item B, Middle School Honors English.
That's me.
Dr. Mosier or Dr.
That
Arlo?
was me. So in front of you tonight at Place, I have a new course proposal for Honors English 7 and Honors English 8. This is on for future action. These are two new courses to align with the honor sequence at the high school. Currently, we have 9th and 10th grade honors. This is 7th and 8th grade honors that would be working to align that. Ultimately, 7, 8, 9, 10, leading towards our AP classes. This is a draft at this point. We have people that are working on this. Some of the heavy lifting is going to be around text, the appropriate text to challenge students appropriate at those levels. There's a lot of work to be done by staff on that. So by next month, we're going to have an even better proposal to put in front of you. But do you have any questions at this time?
Button's not working well tonight. On the placement criteria, I see it says multiple measures, but I'm curious if all 4 of these have to be met, or if 3 have to be met, or what is going to be the criteria?
So this is a proposal. I think we need to spend a little bit of time talking this through. I have it on the agenda for the academic committee to discuss on the 17th. Wanted to get a little bit of feedback on this. As far as the test score, we want to make sure that the approach that we're taking with the Algebra 1 and geometry sequence, the head of the game, that there's some alignment with some of the practices that are being used. So yes, we'll have test score, but we also want to have the teacher recommendation. I think those are the 2 big ones. These were a couple others that were suggested, obviously that they had done well in the English language arts class previously. It says A- or higher, or B+ with a teacher recommendation. So yes, I think we're looking at multiple measures, but I think we need to discuss it a little bit more. This is in draft form.
Any other questions? All right, that moves us to item C, PE credit.
You can take it if you want, yeah.
Wayne?
The policy committee started asking questions, and we talked about this last time briefly, but about what exactly is our policy for what they would call the PE waiver. And we discovered that we actually didn't have a policy as a district. So we set out to kind of align with state law and make sure that the board, based on recommendation from the Department of Education, that the board adopt a policy for what is the PE waiver. And we spent some time with Dr. Outlaw and looked at what some other districts were doing, what the state required, and the flexibility that it could give, especially our ninth graders, by allowing the flexibility that is in current law. And we came up with some language that we as the policy committee felt comfortable with. You have it before you tonight. We think this will provide the ninth graders with a little more flexibility, and actually beyond ninth grade potentially. And it aligns with state law, and we're giving kids options.
So is what's in on page 29 of the packet, that's the actual policy that is proposed to be adopted? That's the language of the policy
Correct.
itself?
Yes.
Okay.
It's slightly more strict than what the state law allows, but we we felt comfortable with this rendition versus, just a wholesale change. So it's a change from what current policy is, but it doesn't go as far as state law allows. And it does still give the principal some discretion on those outside of school activities.
Okay. Any questions? All right. Moves us to item D, new course proposals. Dr. Mosier.
Yep. So in front of you have 3 new course proposals from the high school. There's 2 advanced placement courses and like an earth science, we call it earth science, physical science a little bit. They're in there for your review and looking for future action or for action in our next board meeting.
Can I ask a couple questions?
Sure.
On the AP business class,
Yeah.
that's a year-long course.
Correct.
And it looks like it's kind of a smorgasbord of different business avenues, right? It's blending things. So currently we have a year-long marketing class, marketing 1, marketing 2. Would this course be taken in place of that? So as a sophomore, you could take that without having taken any other business class? Or what is the thinking about how that would all line up?
Good question. I think there'll have to be some more discussion on it because your marketing classes are career and tech ed courses and that gets separate funding. This technically might not get funding through the career and tech ed, right? So you have to have certain sequencing of courses like a marketing 1, marketing 2 and such in order to keep that funding. So we have talked about whether or not it could qualify, they call it a Q, which means somebody who's taken all the courses and this would be an independent from it, but it probably wouldn't be in lieu of one of those courses. I think that answers. Does that kind of answer your question?
It was just 10 through 12, so I
Yeah.
was wondering how that would be applicable for a 10th grader, say, who
Yeah.
probably hasn't had opportunity in their schedule to take, business.
So they could take it
classes
independently.
Okay.
Right, they wouldn't have to necessarily.
outside of
Correct.
that other
Correct.
sequence.
Yep.
Okay. And I have a question about
Yep.
the earth science
Sure.
classes. There are a couple topics in there, specifically like volcanoes and water cycle, that I know are covered at length in grade level courses earlier, like 7th grade science, 6th grade science. So is this, it would be more in depth, or what's the thinking behind that, since most kids, if they're going through Brighton area schools, they would have already been exposed to those topics?
The goal of that would be hitting those high school earth science actual standards a little bit heavier and deeper. So when you see in there, there's a lot more earth science heavy standards, where before those standards are maybe lightly touched or pushed down into the 8th grade a little bit to meet those requirements more. And this is probably a way to hit that a little bit more and go deeper into more of an earth science with adding those physical and a little bit of that chemical piece into it. So more focusing on integrating the physical and chemical into the earth. I don't know if that kind of helps answer it a little bit, yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm just curious what the process is of bringing a new course. Just being new to the board, I was just curious, did the teachers, does it come from curriculum? Like, how does a new course come up?
Yep, so usually it comes from teacher or student interest. So like the AP business course, this has kind of been on the radar, I think, for a year or so of an interest because AP was coming out with it. So the teachers have been doing some research on it. Sometimes it's teachers who come from other districts, like our AP Econ, they already had that. It was something we had wanted, and we've talked about it also with staff members, so it's whether it's administrative, kind of like, hey, we're looking for this, principals, students, or through teachers, and then they come this way. So they do the work, they do the proposals. It usually goes through the building first, and then we run it by the council, our curriculum council group, to let them know of courses, kind of get some feedback. And then preferably, I'd like to bring it to the academic committee, but we didn't have that. It's next week, and then it would come to you guys. So that would be the process, kind of ideally, and then give it to you guys ahead of time so you can review it, get some feedback or questions or whatever questions you have until we meet again at the next meeting.
And does this mean that, like, the high school administration is on board, that the fact that it came to us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Checking the process.
Yeah, so it wouldn't come to me unless they were already aware of it and they knew of it and they reviewed it. So they would review it before it even comes to me. I would say I help with the give them the time to write it and discuss it and questions, but hopefully that legwork has been done by the building first.
One last question. Do you anticipate, if all of these are adopted, that it might lower enrollment in other courses?
Of course, always.
And
We
what-
only
I
have
guess
so
what are
many
those courses?
spots. So I think so the AP seminar, if you saw that one, that was in lieu of the Honors 10. So that would be, really the idea is moving AP seminar instead of Honors 10, starting that. And that's a model, West Side, is it Rockford, Hudsonville?
Rockford has the bulk of their students that
Yeah.
take it.
So we're kind of mirroring a similar
It's the
district.
newest- So basically, kind of the two fastest growing APs that we're seeing right now are AP Seminar and AP Pre-Calc. One of them we already have in place, the other one we didn't.
So there's one. And then AP Business and Personal, I don't really know what that will do. I don't know if it'll lower our CTE. It could. But I think those maybe who are really interested in business, it gives them an outlet for an AP course because we don't necessarily have that right now. And then the Earth Science, I think that will end up being in lieu of maybe some people's third science credit or in lieu of maybe a physics or something like that. They might take this instead. I don't know. I don't know exactly where. I can't predict, but that would be a guess, best guess.
And then, sorry, I keep coming
It's
up
okay.
with questions.
Do my best.
I believe this is the case, but check me if I'm wrong. If somebody, let's say a kid was really interested in business and wanted to take all of the marketing classes and this business class, because it's the marketing or CTE, they could use that in lieu of their art credit?
Correct. Not this course.
Not this course.
The career and
other
tech
one,
ed,
the
yes, yes,
CTE
yes, yes,
ones,
yes.
yes.
If they're-
I'm just thinking
yeah,
if,
yeah, yeah.
like a
Yes.
DECA student who just really wants
Yeah.
to go all in on business,
Yeah, so a
to try
lot.
to free up their schedule to do so.
So a lot of our career and tech ed courses, this is even prior to me, already count as visual performing applied arts credit, so it would already meet that. Just like our senior year math credit you have to take, senior year math experience you have to take, there's a lot of courses where you can find that now. It's not necessarily just a math course, just depending on what you're interested. Absolutely.
I am happy to see more AP courses added.
So I have a couple of questions, Dr. Mosier. First of all, do we anticipate that there will be a need for additional staffing to cover these, or do you think it will be?
No, they'll fall within staffing. These were proposed by staff members here already, so
Okay.
I wouldn't see it. I shouldn't say that. Maybe business might go up a point too, but it's going to come from somewhere else, right? I mean, that's how it works, so it's not additional staffing.
And then, in reading the information on the earth science
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
it seems to indicate that this is going to be a very lab-based course. It seems to be that's more of a focus at least, and I don't know if that's just a general description or relative to other science classes. And so, from an equipment, from an instructional standpoint, is there going to be additional lab equipment that's going to be needed for this class? Is it something that should be looked at as we're looking at, revamping our
Yeah,
science
sure.
rooms and the labs and how we approach that? So I'm just curious as to how this fits in with that equation.
I think that's a great question. I can ask them specifically around their lab equipment. They did not add that in here, so I can clarify that with them, because I think that's a good follow-up question. as for it, it's probably a general comment, so they don't necessarily list additional lab equipment that they would need, but I think that would be a fair question, so I can definitely get that information and bring it back.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay, any other questions, comments? All right. Then that concludes the for future action portion of our agenda. Moves us into board committee chair reports, community recognition. Mr. Stahl? Get your microphone.
Most recently met, and we took a deep dive into all of the proposals and all the different buildings that we have some ideas for. We removed some with the help of Scott Jacobs and his support as to what his staff is capable of doing. There's a lot of items in there, like the one I'll take is ceiling tiles replacement. That is something that our staff does regularly, and every year has a goal to get a certain amount done. So we removed some of that. These were some high cost items that we could do on our own and save a bunch of money and not have to spend it in a bond money, which would be would behoove our constituents as well as to lowering the ultimate cost of the bond. And that was our goal, to get the numbers down to comfortable measures and do our due diligence to make sure that we are spending it wisely. We have put together a bunch of information. We'll be diving into it a little deeper as we go along. On the 19th, I believe, we would like to present to the board what we've come up with and get your take on it and see if we're ready to direct our architects to move forward and get that ready for us.
I can do policy. We had the for future action item on PE credit that we gave to you. We have a few other things that will be coming your way in the probably next, maybe before, when's our next meeting? It's coming up, I think we're scheduled. So before our next official board meeting, not a workshop, we should potentially have some additional things, some Trune updates that we've been working our way through from the summer, and a couple other small items. So, and in Dr. Krebs' absence, I think it was mentioned, the academic committee meeting is 17th. So.
I attended the MASB delegate assembly a couple weeks ago in Traverse City and attended at least one day of the MASB conference. The assembly was uneventful, and they didn't really change much in terms of their resolutions and beliefs, but the conference part of it was enlightening. They had some interesting different seminars and different speakers and some talk on innovation, so I was able to take away some things from that, but nothing huge to note in terms of the delegate assembly.
All right. Ms. Tierney, did you have, looked like you were about to hit the button.
I was going to, yes, you got me. So I just wanted to give kudos to the Brighton High School Performing Arts. I went to see Puffs this weekend, and it was incredible. The way they brought their characters to life, the set, the costumes, they were so full of energy. To Sid's point, I don't know how they went from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They just really did a phenomenal job, and they did not show an ounce of being tired, because I saw the last show Sunday. I'm pretty sure we got the last 3 tickets, but I just wanted to say congrats to the whole team there. They really did a phenomenal job with the performance.
All right. Well, then that concludes all items on our agenda for this evening. Our next regular meeting is Monday, December 8, 2025 at 7 p.m. We are having a special work session on Wednesday, November 19th at 7 p.m. Is that our scheduled start date? 7 p.m.? Okay. So we were having a special work session on November 19th at 7 p.m., the focus of which, as Mr. Stahl alluded to, is to further discuss capital improvements, bond, and related topics. So thank you, everyone who was here this evening, for attending and for watching online.